Okay, boys and girls, this is the lesson for the next sheet. I didn't make packets, and I gave these like big packets. And this is all your math work. You're going to want to go ahead. Don't go ahead. You're just going to do this page today. Okay, and so this is the lesson that goes along with it. So it's called Unit 8, Day 1. All right, and so we're going to subbatize. So I'm going to give you a second or two to call the number out. 55, 50, 46, 44, 59, 56, 53, 47, 43, 58, 51. And yes, I did mark on myself with that magic marker. 45, 40, 57, 54. Yep, that's a helicopter going over my head. 48, 41, 60, 52, 49, 42. How'd you do? I hope you knew all of them. All right, and so now what I'm going to do is I am going to hold some crayons in my hands, and I want you to tell me which one's bigger. Okay, so can you tell which one is bigger from the way I'm holding them? Well, you can't, can you? All right, what if I were to turn around like this, like that? Can you tell which one is bigger or taller or longer? Not really. You have to see the whole crayon, don't you? Actually, I was trying to trick you. Look at that. They are all sorts of lengths going on here, aren't they? Well, that wouldn't do us any good, would it? Holding them like that. You can kind of tell. You can use a little bit of your brain, your spatial reasoning to figure it out. But I'm going to add a couple more. Actually, I'm going to swap these out and put some crayons up here that you can see. All right, and what I'm going to show you, I don't know if you remember, we talked about this before, but it's called alignment, and I'm going to use my pencil as a way to align them. I'm actually going to move this paper off because it's actually messing me up here. I'll line over here with these crayons, and what I would like to do is just align them and then put them in order, in whatever logical order that makes sense. So I'm going to align them, and what that means is I'm going to start them at the same spot. Does that make sense? Okay, and so then what I can do, let me see what the directions are for your worksheet today. Shortest to longest. So I can tell just by looking at them that this, if I push them all the way down on my alignment line, which is the pencil, this one is the shortest. So that one is going to go first, and then that one is the next shortest, and that one is the next shortest, and this one is the longest. Okay, so there we are. I've aligned them, and see how I have them all aligned at the bottom. That it's not at the top. You know, I didn't do this. Okay, because that doesn't make sense. We don't measure things from the ceiling, right? So I put the pencil down below, and that is how we're aligning them. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to our worksheet. Let me just show you some of those words and what they look like. Okay, so we have the word longer, And then the word shorter. And this is the word, look at that. There's a silent letter there. Align. The G is silent. Align. And then this is a review. We've talked about the word taller before. Taller. It's almost the same as longer. The taller is usually starting at the ground and going up. Longer can be, any which way. All right, so there we go.